Hello, this week is Deaf Awareness Week, and today I'm going to give you 5 golden rules of communication. The first rule: when you meet a deaf person, don't over-exaggerate what you're saying. Never assume you know what the deaf person needs. Always ask them how you can match their needs. Deaf people have a variety of needs and a variety of communication methods, so it's important to find out what they prefer. Maybe they want gesturing, maybe they use lip reading, maybe they want a piece of pen and paper, maybe they need you to speak louder. So it's really important to ask the deaf person what they need so you can match that need. The second rule of communication is to have a good attitude. Hearing people growing up are actually told that it's rude to point and rude to stare. But in the deaf community, that actually shows that you have good attitude, eye contact, being face to face with someone, using pointing and gesturing, all aids to clear communication. And facial expressions too are very important, along with body language. Lots of deaf people struggle to hear tone of voice when people are speaking, which means, for example, deaf people don't know if you're angry or sad or happy or excited, and that's then shown through facial expression and body language. The third rule of communication is to think about the environment. It's common sense, really. The environment should be clear from distractions. For example, background. People, when talking, shouldn't stand with their back to a window because that makes lip reading really difficult. Background noise can be very intrusive, so it should be kept to a minimum. So do make sure that there's a clear background to minimise distraction. Rule number 4 is about hearing aids. Sometimes people see deaf people wearing hearing aids and think, oh, well, they're wearing a hearing aid, that means that they can hear. But actually, hearing aids help deaf people in a variety of different ways. Some deaf people may wear a hearing aid just to help them hear traffic noises, but it doesn't mean that they can follow speech intelligibly. So don't just assume that a hearing aid is the solution and that the deaf person can hear perfectly. And the 5th golden rule relates to interpreters. Sometimes people see interpreters and assume that they're there just to help the deaf person, but that's not the case. An interpreter is there to aid communication in general. So they support both parties, the deaf and the hearing party. For example, when a deaf person goes to a doctor and wants to communicate with the doctor, they can feel very disconnected if the doctor just talks to the interpreter. The doctor even sometimes writes the prescription at the end of the appointment and gives it to the interpreter, which makes the deaf person feel very left out. So the doctor should sit face to face with the deaf person, speak to them directly, and just have the interpreter there in the background to aid communication. If you want to know any more golden rules about communicating with deaf people and how you can find solutions to that communication, come along to a Deaf Awareness Workshop at Action Deafness, and our contact details will come up at the end of the clip. Bye bye for now. Hello, this week is Deaf